What's up, good people? It's your boy Trouble T Roy, getkickswholesale@gmail.com. Doing another quick video. Just want to be a little informative and share with you some of the experiences that I've been dealing with selling shoes, specifically the Yeezys. So here is the scoop. Alright, I'm trying to think of how to put this. Alright, so if you are selling Yeezys, people are going to give you a hard time. I think that's the best way to explain what I'm trying to share with you this morning. People are going to give you a hard time with Yeezys, and here is why. Because the demand for them are super duper high. People have a hard time believing that you can have access or get something that is so high in demand. Hopefully that makes sense. So they give you a really hard time. The consumer gives you a really hard time. Of course, excuse me, you have your receipt heads. That's like, I need to see a receipt, because you got a lot of people out here that are selling like the worst Yeezys in the world, and they're selling them for like $800 to $1,000. So you kind of can't blame the consumer too much, but you do have to put some accountability on the consumer, because like they look for every little nook and cranny of anything on the shoe, for lack of better words. So they'll be like, oh man, the lace tip, the plastic on the end of the lace tip is a little bit more shiny on the end than it is on the bottom. So they'll have this meticulous eye. Like and again, my rule of thumb is, if you never had a retail pair in person, you really don't know. Like it can be helpful if you do real versus fake checks on YouTube, or you see the photos on places like Sneaker Bar Detroit or Kicks on Fire. That helps. I'm not saying that stuff doesn't help out, but again, you have to realize that it's such an oversaturation of that information, and have like a lot of them cats, even those big names online, they don't get them from you have to be one of the really big names, like say possibly like a Kicks on Fire, that may get a shoe from the brand for them to review and take photos of and things like that, and to kind of show you the actual retail pair. And pardon the sun glare as I'm driving, as always, but the sun glare may kind of jump in and shine upon my face. but seriously, so yeah. So again, I'll give you an example, a scenario that I just went through. Was last night. A gentleman, I sold a pair of Yeezys to somebody, like a buddy of mine that has a sneaker group. I sold them to him for the low, pretty much what I get them for, just so he can get his hands on them. He resold them for more, which is fine. Like I say, that's the nature of the game. Like that's what that's about. So with him reselling them for more, his customer was like, hey, my buddy had a retail pair and I compared them and these are off. So we were in a group text in Facebook, and because I shipped them directly to his customer. So he was he mentioned like he didn't throw me under the bus, you know what I mean, to be like, oh, they came from my man and nothing like that, and vice versa. I didn't throw him under the bus, because I'm big on relationship and I'm not going to do that to people, and he was talking to him and he was like, no, they off, I need my money back, blah blah blah. So being that I'm in the group text, I said, hey, can you send me comparison photos of his retail pair, versus the pair that we sent to you? And he started naming like some of the things that were off. Like first he named the font, and like I was like, what? So looking at it and comparing the font on the box, that's what he initially named. And something about the paper, I was like, okay, I'm listening to him. I'm entertaining what he's saying because he's a customer. He could be a potential, customer in the future. And I said, well, do me a favor. I was like, for myself, can you take photos of, or have your homie take photos of his retail pair, and you compare them, side by side with the pair that you have? There was never no response to that. Never no photos. You wonder why? Because again, what happens is somebody probably got into the head of this individual and was like, oh, that ain't right because look at this or look at that. And more than likely, probably 9 times out of 10, the other party don't have a retail pair. Because I don't know if you understand, but the retail pair were extremely hard to get. If the retail pair are hard to get, why are people downloading bots and stuff like that to try to get them and jump ahead and get them online? So they can resell, people. That's what it's about. So my rant to you and my advice to you is, like, every locale and market is different. This is just up here in the Philadelphia locale. Like, I can't speak for you if you in Chicago or you in LA. You know what I mean? Or you in Alabama, New Orleans. I can't speak. The market is different due to the locale, even though the demand is normally the same. But you just have better customers that don't give you as hard a time. So with that being said, I personally, if you're in my locale, and I said this before, like, I stay away from Yeezys because it's too much of a hassle to sell them because people have such a hard time believing that you got them. And they right. And they'll find something wrong with them just to not buy them because it makes them uncomfortable. Like, no. And they really convince themselves that that's not possible. This guy cannot have legit Yeezys. That can't be possible because I can't even go in the store get them. I can't even get them online. So how does he get them? Or wherever he get them from, it has to be something wrong because he gets them so easily. So that's my point. And like I say, if you like I say, I don't find anything wrong with them. I'm probably, like, say, when I get the pairs back, I'll sell them. Like, if you're interested in buying them, let me know. Or I'll probably sell them. Because like I say, you have few in between, some people in between that's like, yo, like, I know you to connect for real. Like, I'm buying them from you, in my locale. So, it is what it is. But I guess I just wanted to bring you guys this tidbit because if you have problems selling Yeezy, I don't want it to discourage you to think that your product is not right. Like, it's not that the product is not right. It's the mentality of the people, with the demand being so high and them being so hard to get, that they kind of convince themselves to talk themselves out of it for the most part. So, but just to give you that heads up, and again, sorry for the sun glare. Hopefully that doesn't disturb the video too much, but I figure I'll shoot you guys this information early this morning. Also, there is a new PDF available. It's called What the Sneaker Companies Don't Want You to Know. It's short. It doesn't have any wholesalers in there. But if you're interested, shoot me an email. I'm selling for just a few bucks. Nothing crazy. Maybe, like $3. And it's very informative. So I try to make sure the PDFs are well worth or more than what I sell them for. They're worth more than what I sell them. And that they're very informative and helpful and can help you in the sneaker thing. And again, I'm always looking to build an empire. I'm getting kind of tired of taking this ride to work, and making somebody else rich. Like I say, it's nothing wrong with having a job, because sometimes nowadays, especially, jobs are hard to come by. But, like, again, I'm in the networking, I'm talking to a few people. Shout out to my man Gabe. We bust it up consistently. Oh, and brief story really quick. My man Gabe shared with me an experience that he had at Flight Club, and he found out that Flight Club is listed as a consignment store. Isn't that crazy? For those of you that don't know what consignment is, it's stores that say they take items from other people. In Flight Club's instance, sneakers specifically, that people may sell or trade them. and they resell them, and they're not getting some of them from the original source, which are the brands. So that's pretty, I thought that was pretty interesting, man. So shout out to the homie Gabe for putting that out there, man. Also shout out to the homie Josh. You know, and again, if I don't shout you out, it's not that I forget you. I really do talk to a lot of people, man. For those that I've been emailing recently that have been kind of shooting me ideas and stuff like that, man, shout out to y'all. And again, I appreciate the support and the love. It is greatly appreciated. And you know, get at me. You know, like I say again, I'm trying to create a Justice League, you know, of this sneaker thing. And we can expand, like, it doesn't just have to be sneakers. Like, I have my own t-shirt line as well, and that does okay. I just have to get more momentum, get in stores. My grind has to get a little bit better, folks. I gotta hustle a little bit more. So that's my fault that certain things aren't where they're supposed to be, you know, with me in my business, because, you know, it's always an area that I can do better in, or I can work harder at. So, you know, not down with pointing fingers and giving excuses, because, like I say, you know, it's just the grind is on you. How hard you work determines how hard the outcome is. So I'm definitely putting some things together. My brain is always going. You know, I'm always taking notes and trying to take actions on the notes that I write, because what good are notes if you don't do anything about the ideas you come up with, and you don't try to bring them into fruition, you know what I mean? So again, it's your boy Trouble T Roy. I'm done with the rant, I promise. GetKicksWholesale@gmail.com, GetKicksWholesale@gmail.com. On Twitter and Instagram, my handle's GetKicksWS1, GetKicksWS1, and the number 1. And my Facebook, www.facebook.com/GetKicksWS1, just like my handle for Twitter and Instagram. I'm also going to do a sneaker group. I realized that my page, I think that's what I was aiming for on Facebook, to have it to be like a sneaker group that you didn't have to pay a crazy buy-in to get wholesale connects, because some of them, man, they 3, 4, 5. I've seen some all the way up to $1,000, you know, for the buy-in, for the wholesale sneaker groups. And again, to me, I'm not hating on nobody's hustle, but that's a bit expensive. And especially in the times that when, you know, people don't have $800 to $1,000 to put to get linked up with some wholesale connects, man. So I'm here to speak for the common person. If you got it like that, you know, understandable. Like I say again, I'm not knocking them cats' hustle. That's what they do. That's how they grind. You know, that's how they make money. And I never get in the way or interfere with how somebody else makes money. You know, that's on them. Whatever their tactics are, you know, that's on them. Even though I may not agree with how they handle business and what a lot of their tactics are, but I can't speak on that. You know what I mean? Every man for themselves. I'm just here to be honest and to be real with you. You know, and I think that's why people gravitate and appreciate that, because that's so non-existent. You know, I'm not for greed, man. I believe if you eat, I eat. Like, I believe if I give you something valuable, that later on it could be 4 or 5 years down the road, but like, yo, man, I got this business working like a well-oiled machine. You know, my man Troy, he shot me the information. Let me show him some love. That's how I believe the law of harvest works. And me not necessarily look for it in return or hit you and be like, hey, remember that information I gave you? No, it's not about that. It's not about that at all. That's not how the come up happens. The come up happens organically, you know? It happens organically. I share something with you out of love and my desire for you to come up. And like I say, it resonates. Even if it don't come back from you, it's going to come from somewhere, because the law of harvest works like that. So you're allowed to have an expectation for something to return. But again, you don't tax people and try to, you don't have to remind people what you did for them. Or you don't have to be like, hey man, remember when? No, it's not about that, man. That's not genuine giving and love, you know. So I really do, like, it's I don't have any greed out there for anybody. You know, any information I give anybody, I try to treat everybody fair. You know, whether, you know, we rap and we have a rapport, we talk on a consistent basis, or even if you're new, you know, I try to treat everybody the same way, man. And you know, and you guys definitely show love back, like without me even asking. So, you know, again, I appreciate y'all, man. Like, y'all really, we have a really good support system here, and I got some ideas that I'm rolling out, you know. So, and I'll do videos about them and kind of see, you know, see and get you guys feedback. Yeah, it's gonna be good. You know what I mean? It's gonna be good. We gonna, like Kendrick Lamar said, man, we gonna be all right. You dig? So, all right, I'm really done. My rambling this time. I promise. So, you know, get at me, man. Also, too, I never say this in none of my videos, but like, comment, subscribe. You know, I'm down with growing the channel, but like I say, I like it the size that we have it, because again, not a lot of people gravitate towards real. They don't do it, man. You know, especially when certain things are being exposed, and it stops people from being taken advantage of. So I might not be the guy that has 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 subscribers, but I'm cool with that. Like, I'm grateful that we had 300, man. So thank y'all for that. Like, I didn't think it would be that big. I'm like, yo, let me try to put this information on the tube and see who can use it. You know, see who'll take advantage of it. And look at this. You know, look at this. So again, man, I'm out. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day, and talk to you soon. Peace.